I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, gentlemen, do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, sir.
None.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to proceed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move right into item 1, Paint the Town Blue Day. This is honoring law enforcement. Would you care to come forward?
Thank you, Commissioners. On behalf of the Maryland Auxiliary of Wives Behind the Badge, I'm honored to accept this proclamation naming next Thursday, May 21st, 2015, an official day to support law enforcement in our community. This week is National Police Week, named so by President John F. Kennedy in 1962. Tomorrow, 283 names will be added to the National Law Enforcement Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. This wall is a tribute to the lives lost in the line of duty in 2014. Now more than ever, law enforcement needs support from their communities. In a time when officers are gunned down and murdered simply because they wear a badge, they need our support. Wives Behind the Badge is a national nonprofit organization that exists to provide support to the spouses, children, and extended families of law enforcement. Through our many programs, we are prepared to provide financial support as well. We are proud to be the driving force behind Paint the Town Blue, which will take place next Thursday, May 21st, across the state. All we are asking is that members in our communities and businesses display something blue to quietly show support of law enforcement and the tremendous sacrifice these officers and their families make each day. As the wife of an officer with the City of Cumberland, I am proud of the work my husband does, and I am honored to be a part of this organization. Unfortunately, my counterpart could not join me today, but she, locally, is the wife of a Maryland State Trooper. We are only 2 of less than 10 volunteers across the state, but we are committed to working diligently to ensure our officers in Western Maryland feel appreciated, and we are grateful for your support as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on forward, Julie. All right, we'd like to present you with this official Allegheny County Government Proclamation. Whereas law enforcement is essential for a civil society, and whereas law enforcement is an admirable career, and those who assume the challenge and responsibility deserve support, as do their families. And whereas the Maryland Auxiliary of the Wives Behind the Badge Incorporated believes in one family, one vision, one badge. And whereas this organization strives to highlight the service and dedication of all law enforcement personnel and to emphasize the sacrifices made by these individuals and their families. Now, therefore, we, the Allegany County Commissioners, proclaim Thursday, May 21st, 2015 as Paint the Town Blue Day in Allegany County, and encourage everyone to wear blue and support law enforcement officials not only on this day, but also every day of the year. This is signed by all 3 county commissioners, Bill Valentine, Creed Brody Jr., and Jake Shade.
Thank you.
We appreciate all of you and your families too.
Thank you.
Get a little bit of the blue flag in this time, for certain. And you'll be receiving us.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
And just a little bit of a side note, Summer, would you now like to come up and talk about the event that'll be happening Saturday?
Hello.
It's me again. My name's Summer Starr. I'm the Mid-Atlantic Regional Legislative Coordinator for Council of Prison Locals, as well as the Legislative Coordinator for AFGE, that's Local 4010, representing staff at the federal prison, bargaining staff, that is. I just wanted to remind folks or inform folks who didn't already know we're holding a relay race fun run in honor of Eric Williams, officer who was murdered at USP Canaan 2 years ago. So any participation or support from the community or local law enforcement would be appreciated. Registration begins at 8 a.m., race time 10 a.m., and it's $25. We'll have raffle prizes and so forth. So please come on out and join us.
Summer, the location again of the race?
FCI Cumberland's Training Center, 14601 Burbridge Road.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on into a public hearing. Item number 2 is a road opening petition for Quint and Lisa Ann Milburn.
Good evening. Thank you. I'm Jennifer Walsh here on behalf of my clients, the Milburns. We're here this evening on a request to open to close a paper road which is located on the southerly side of Astor Avenue between Flower Street and Ginger Street in the community known as Potomac Park. And we'd ask that the commission sign the order that's been provided. Not sure if there's any comment on our request.
Is there anyone here to speak on this petition? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, now we'll move into...
Commissioner, maybe, I guess appropriate that that be referred to staff as.
Yes, it'll be preferred to staff. It'll be part of the long process, as you know.
We understand. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Now we'll move into our preliminary budget public hearing.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Sir?
Tonight's just our second open hearing for comment on the budget. As you know, we presented an $84.5 million balanced budget on April 30th. And just one more chance for comment before we do budget adoption on May 28th. So it's really up to you guys if you have any questions and if anyone's signed up from the public.
Is there anyone here to speak on the budget? Okay, we'll
Pretty easy.
close this hearing date then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item number 4. Any place where Sierra comes in, the title of this thing gets tremendously long. It's Cumberland Area Metropolitan Planning Organization Request for Proposals.
Yes. So the Cumberland Metropolitan Planning Area's Unified Planning Work Program, the city of Frostburg requested a project to study the intersection of Main Street, Center Street, and Depot Streets. We put out an RFP, and on April 28th, we got 5 proposals. Selection committee reviewed all those proposals and agreed on awarding the contract to Traffic Solutions of Hagerstown, Maryland. We're asking you today to authorize the MPO to sign the contract and move forward with the study.
Is that it?
That's it.
Gentlemen, do we have a motion to move forward with item 4?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I think Rob has something.
We'd like to welcome Rob Ketterman, part owner of the city of Frostburg, here with us this
Thank you so
evening.
much, Commissioner.
So, Rob,
Actually, on behalf of the Mayor and Council, I wanted to thank the Commissioners and the MPO Board for your continued support. I'd also like to commend Ms. Wigfield. This is the 3rd traffic study that we've conducted within the city, and she's been a real pleasure to work with. So thank you.
thank you, sir.
Mr. Day. Commissioners, on our consent agenda this afternoon, we have 3 items. Item number 5 is simply an appointment to the LaVale Sanitary Commission Board. Item 6 is an appropriation of $500 from our community promotions account to the Alleghany County Foster and Adoptive Parents Association to support the Foster Children's Fishing Tournament coming up next month. And item number 7 is a request for the board to approve a declaration of surplus for 3 transit buses that will be auctioned at public sale next month as well.
Gentlemen, do we have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Are we going to do them one at a time?
I would suggest because of the sanitary commission, would maybe pull that one out separately since Commissioner Brody probably will recuse himself.
You never do that.
If you would, sir,
Okay.
over item 5, I'd like to recuse since I am an
Okay.
employee of LaVale Sanitary Commission.
Or you just sit there and be quiet then, boy.
I will.
Okay, I will make a motion that we accept item number 5. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now, Creed, you can be vocal on the
Okay.
rest of this. Item number 6, the request for funds for the Foster Children's Fishing Tournament. Do we have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we have a representative from that group. Would you like to come forward and tell us a little bit about what the foster parents do for this area?
I'm Shirley King. Whoa, sorry.
That's all right.
President of the Allegany County Foster and Adoptive Parents Association. We meet every month. The foster parents are required to have training 10 hours every year. So when we meet, we have dinner at 6:30, 7 o'clock. We meet over at the YMCA. So at 7 o'clock, the sitters come and take the children. Their children are allowed to swim, climb the climbing wall, basketball. They have activities for the children while we're having our meeting. We have professional speakers come in every month, doctors, lawyers, different school people, different speakers on different subjects for our parents. We have events for the children. In June, we are having a fishing tournament. It's going to be over at Batty Mixon. For every child that registers with us, they'll get a fishing pole and tackle box. Then in July, we're having horseback riding party for the children. Then in August, we're having a swim party for the children. At Christmas every year, we have Santa, Mrs. Santa, and 3 elves, plus each child receives a present. So
How many foster homes do we have?
we have about 54 foster homes. It varies. We have about 20 to 25 parents that come to our meetings, and each one has 3 or 4 children.
Wow.
If not all foster, they have their own children mixed. So we have quite a few children also that come to our meetings.
Oh, we greatly appreciate what you do for us.
Thank you for what you do.
And Jake has already volunteered to be one of your elves at your Christmas party.
That's right.
I'd be the tallest elf there.
Wow.
On behalf of our organization, I would like to thank you very much for the $500 because that will help us a lot in the fishing tournament.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
And now item 7, declaration of surplus vehicles. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, we don't have anybody on our sign-up list here. Dave, do you have any other comments?
Just Commissioners, we did receive bids earlier this week for the elements for our annual chip seal program, and we hope to be advancing a motion before you for approval here in the coming weeks.
Okay. Mr. Rutt?
I have nothing.
Well, thank you. Jake, any comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to be very clear. There was some writing today in the newspaper. You know, they're budget requests for a reason. We could go to the state of Maryland and request that they give us an extra $30 million, and when they don't, we're not going to go and say, well, they're blowing a hole in our budget because they're not giving us all the money. Let's be very clear. We're giving the Board of Education over $400,000 more than last year. So it really does no good for anyone involved to try to say the county's underfunding us by $1 million. We're underfunding their request by $1 million. But when you look at the real money, we're giving them more money than last year, and you would think we would be thanked for that rather than demonized. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for clarifying that.
I think I've heard that kind of comment a few years in the past. Great.
Yeah, I have another meeting to attend, so I want to keep it very short. I'd like to thank Ms. McCoy for coming here to support our officers, the ladies behind the badge and the people behind the badge, and especially in the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of bad things going, and to find out that 283 officers died last year, I think is terrible. I hold the men wear a badge in the same high esteem as I do the people that defend our country. So when someone disrespects an officer and would actually take his life for just wearing a badge, just appalls me, sir. So I hope that everyone would show their support. So that's it for me, sir.
And I must agree with Creed's statement here. Being a law officer is a very honorable profession, and it's a sad state of affairs whenever our country sort of makes the law officers the bad guys and the criminals the victims. You know, I'm not sure how that happens in this country. On Monday, I'll be taking part in a drug summit. It's for the Western Maryland region. It'll be held in Hagerstown. The summit is being held by the Lieutenant Governor. Heroin has become a tremendous problem throughout the entire state of Maryland, and we've got a government right now in Annapolis that is interested in tackling this problem. We're talking about crimes. So many of the crimes are directly related to drug use. So hopefully this summit will give them some sort of an idea how we can help cure this crime. With that, we'll draw this meeting to a close. Our next public meeting will be on May 28th here in this room, and we wish you all a good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Very good.